in my own courses, I use my own story of how I became a feminist on this campus many years ago. And what kind of led me to embracing feminism and making a part of who I am on a regular basis. And so talking about how I was raised in a household with very strong women and how those women provided examples for me to model my life after, and how when confronted with discrimination of various types, whether it be racism or sexism or any other kind of ism, to speak out and speak forcefully about it. And so I actually put myself on display in the first few weeks of class because the students are very uncomfortable. They don't want to appear racist. They don't want to appear sexist. They don't want to say anything until they feel comfortable enough to know that you're not going to judge their sets of experiences. And so we have found that using cultural capital, your own cultural capital, kind of takes you off of that, you know, the ivory tower and brings you down to the students' level so they can feel like they can engage with you and share a bit more so that they can then embrace what feminism is, what critical race theory may be, so they can have these kind of fuller conversations without their defense mechanism already put up.
So the last thing that we brought, and we're out of time here, but we wanted to just share from our perspective, what are some of the implications of our work for administrators and faculty and students? And I'll start with the top is, you know, just kind of like what Marco had said, supporting students holistically, but also financially. If you want to diversify, there is that intersection of class, and we're not going to get into the whole history of institutionalized classism in this society. That's a key thing, is to be able to ask those kinds of questions, because the way that people construct their budgetary situations makes a big difference. Resisting that one-size-fits-all mentality, trying to avoid being prescriptive. This is what you need to do, and then this is what you need to do, and this is what you need to do in order to succeed. Instead, hearing that person as a unique individual, and then taking a look at yourself and saying, what are my assumptions about who walks through my door and what it is that they should be studying? Because someone works with me, does that mean that my advisor the next time says, oh, I see an Asian American woman, she's going to want to study Asian Americans? Oh, maybe not. You know, so that's an assumption that's important to question. Be open to the students' research directions and methodologies. What if they want to do something that in your mind says, oh my gosh, this is not positioning them well for the next step? Well, maybe this is what will position them well to finish their dissertation, is to do something of meaning. And so that's really, really key. And then supporting formal mentoring programs, making sure that's institutionalized.
And for students, we encourage you to seek out graduate programs that support your evolving professional and personal identities. Visit the campus. Don't rely on name recognition. Visit the faculty. Ask what the faculty are doing in terms of research. Ask about how their programs support diversity explicitly. Talk to the other graduate students. And also be very clear if you can stay in that environment, that learning environment, that social environment. I was in Columbus, Ohio, and it was a change coming from Los Angeles to Columbus, Ohio. You have to really consider, can you do this for the duration?